All right, everybody. So today's video is probably going to be a pretty long one. I don't know. But as you guys can see on the gameplay, it looks like we're playing scrims, but this is actually our league match from a couple weeks ago. It was like the Locked Open Cup, I think it was called. I don't know. If you guys were in the Locked Discord around that time and you guys like had the channels unlocked, like you had to do some weird things to even see those channels, like browse channels, and then you had to enable the league stuff. But anyways, yeah, there was an open cup. Everybody signed up. We were one of the chosen teams, and yeah, we played. So this video is actually going to be about that open cup and the experience that Phantom went through, because it was pretty interesting. There's a lot of good, a lot of bad. And I'm also be talking about this other league that I'm actually starting up. It's not anything too big at all. It's a very small league, but I want to talk about that at the end of the video as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. All right, so let's start from the beginning, how we actually got in. So pretty much all you had to do was like there was an NA section and there's an EU section. And pretty much you just have to type your team. You have to register 11 players and then put a logo, and that's pretty much it. And out of all the teams, I'm pretty sure only like let me guess like 16 people got selected. I'm not too sure, and there's a lot of teams in there. So fortunately, we were actually one of the teams to get in. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of assumed since you know, there was like a bunch of people, like I thought we'd get like no comp, or not no comp, but like, you know, competition around our level, like newer players. But like, I kid y'all not, it was straight old heads, bruh. And what I mean old heads, I mean like wave players, like players who played in wave 1, 2, so, like stuff like that. So yeah, very unexpected, but pretty much how the schedule was set up, there was 4 brackets, I'm pretty sure, with 4 teams each. And it was like a round robin thing. It wasn't like a one you know, elimination, you're out. You know, it was round robin. Everybody played each other. But the unfortunate thing is that we never even got past the first bracket. I kid y'all not, bro. We were so close to finishing the bracket, and then they were like, "Oh, let's start this new league up." And then yeah, not is what it is. You feel me? The new league is kind of not accessible to anybody, which is crazy. And I'm gonna talk about that a little later on down the line. But you know what I'm saying, let's stay on topic. So yeah, we played 3 games technically. So our first game we played against a really good team, against like, I think the name was like Social Source or What the Wonders is, or it was something like that, bro, something crazy. And something weird kind of happened before that game. So each team pretty much had to have their roster done by a certain date, right? And one of those players, and the name of the player was like Kiernigan or something like that, bro just straight up said no. And I'm not too sure if he was already on Social Source and wanted to add more people to the team, or if he was on another team and that team merged with Social Source. But I'm pretty sure it was like a little merge going on, because these dudes, they already had a super team before. Social Source is a cold team. But after, you know what I'm saying, bro said no or whatever, their team just got 10 times better. So they were already projected to win the tournament before the first game even started. So yeah, there is heavy favoritism because the moderators didn't do anything. They just kind of got, you know what I'm saying, excuse my language, but they kind of just got bitched by this random dude. And yeah, no offense to the, you know what I'm saying, the admins or the moderators or anything, you feel me, they're pretty chill. I've had nothing but good confrontations with them, but that's kind of crazy to me, you feel me? So they completely bypassed that, and that team was our first game, the best team in the league. And you guys guess what happened to us? We got 10-0'd. Now, I was going to post a video about it, like, whenever, you know what I'm saying, that first happened, but I really didn't want to post a game where we got smoked. Plus, like, that game was really toxic between both teams, mainly their team. Like, you know what I'm saying, we were playing, there was a couple bad calls at the start. There was no ref, so it was pretty much 2 teams argue. Like, if you guys have ever played scrims and there's like a, you know, iffy call, like, and 2 teams argue, you guys know how bad it gets. And there was a total of 22 plus people in there, so it was getting wild in the chat. And then, you feel me, while we're down the line getting smoked, this is like #1 like worst NA team or something like that. Like, they didn't merge with the best dudes in the game. Plus, unlike most of these guys, like Phantom, we barely play scrims like that. Feel me? We barely play like that because most players on Phantom have a life. Like, not trying to say those dudes don't have a life, you feel me? I don't know what's going on over there, but what I do know is that they play a lot, you feel me? I recognize a lot of these players because they loan for every single team on the planet. So amen. Enough of that though. I got a bit crazy, but enough of that. Let's talk about the next game. So we played a game called Raito. Now, we won this game, This is the footage you guys are seeing right now against Raito. And in the past, we actually got 10-0'd by them in a scrim. And the final score for this game was 14-7. So, and we won. We had the 14. I'll show you guys up the stats right now, matter of fact. So, yeah, bro, we improved a lot because going from 10-0 to 14-7 was crazy. So, hey, man, good job to Phantom. That first time we really shouldn't have gotten 10-0'd. I completely forgot what happened. I just know their striker was saucing on everybody. But this time, we came with a plan, and our defender, Glazer, he locked them up. So, hey, man. Now, let me rewind back a bit because it's kind of funny. Like, post-game, it's kind of funny because since we actually played these dudes before, like, I already knew the captain, and I DM'd him about the game, and he didn't even know what league he was in, bro. Like, I straight up said, hey, bro, like, you trying to play this day? Because in the league, we did have to pick the date and the time we played. You know, there was just, like, there's a... Like, you pretty much had to play your game before the week ended. That's how it worked. So I was like, hey, man, trying to play on Saturday. He was like, bro, what the hell is an open luck cup? Bro didn't even know what league he was playing for, bro. And these dudes were EU too, or at least I think. I just know these dudes were not speaking English. So it was bad, or at least for them. So yeah, after a little bit of talking, I had to send him the rules and, you know what I'm saying, pretty much explain what he signed himself up for. We ended up playing, and it was a good game overall. It was 50 minutes, full 50 minutes. Everybody played hard, especially the players on their team. There were some really good players, as you guys are probably seeing on the screen right now. Like, defenders were cooking. And, yeah, that's all I got to say for that game, man. It was pretty good, pretty fun. Now, next game was our final game in the bracket, all right? This team name was I'm not even going to try to say the name, but we 10-0'd them in the past in under 15 minutes, so we were going in there pretty confident. And as we're making the dates, that's when the monster update got announced. So they're like, pretty much like, hold your league games until the monster update comes out. And we're like, all right, cool. Monster update got delayed, as you guys know, so we had to wait about 2 weeks to play our league match. And I had it set up with the captain, even though these dudes forfeit every single game. Like against Social Source, they forfeit against Raito, I'm pretty sure. So, you feel me? We knew we were either going to win by forfeit or just smoking them again. And then we had it set up and everything. But when the time came around and when it was time to play, I DM'd the captain, and bro did not respond to me. Made sure to at him, texted him a couple times, and I was like, all right, bro, these dudes forfeit. So, I mean, I guess you could call that a win. I mean, we didn't even play the dudes, and yeah, I was looking forward to it. It was our final league match in the bracket. We would have gotten second place if we would have played and won. So, hey, it is what it is. Now I'm thinking about it, I think only our team and the team we played first were the only teams that played, at least in our, you know, respective bracket, because I can tell that other teams were playing. But yeah, because, you know, Raito didn't even know what they signed up for. Versailles forfeit every single game. So yeah, I think it was pretty much like a one-on-one. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting first experience for our you know what I'm saying, our league. And we're going to get into two more, and once again, I'll talk about that later. But let's talk a little bit what happened after this league, or after the monster update, because that's when they decide to end it. So as you guys know, they created a whole different league. Let me go check what it's called, actually. All right, so it's called like the Pro League. So I know for sure, like, a lot of people know about this one because they stream the draft. But this league was completely out of nowhere. This is pretty much the replacement for the league I just talked about. And they did it dirty, you feel me? The owner of last league just said, hey, we're going to put the league on hiatus, and they just come out with this to replace the Open Cup. But I do understand, because like there was just some teams who signed up for it, and they just weren't playing their game, so I understand. But what does annoy me the most is that this Pro League is the most biased stuff I've ever seen in my life whenever it comes to like the players, because they said there's going to be a large, you know what I'm saying, amount of players you can select from. Like, you feel me? They picked the team captains. And one, the list was not large at all, bro. These were all like wave players, or players who play the game 10 hours a day minimum. So like there was no variety, you feel me? There's nobody from, or there was some people from the last league. Like that first team I just talked about, I'm pretty sure everybody on that team was on that list, by the way. Just saying. But yeah, there was like absolutely no way for like a newer generation player to get in. Like you pretty much had to play the game for under 10 hours a day, or you had to be waived back in the day. Like that's the only way you're able to get in, because how else would they do those values? Like, I'm pretty sure they just got a couple people who, played the game a good amount, and they just handpicked a bunch of players and gave them values on like how good they are, I guess. The competitive scrim side of things, I guess you can say. So yeah, like, it's pretty unfair if you ask me. I mean, they could have just made their own small league like they always do. Like the World Cup. Because if you guys, watch the World Cup streams, these are also the exact players who play on the World Cups. And also another thing about the World Cup, like, the teams were made before as soon as the captains got selected, bro, the teams were made. So I mean, there was some trials, but like they meant nothing pretty much. So it's just not giving anybody else opportunity. It's just watching the same dudes over and over again just play for different teams. And if you guys play scrims, you guys recognize a lot of these people. Like I said earlier, like, literally know where to get in. So to just conclude this portion off, like, there's no hate or any spite towards, the play. Like, I mean, these dudes are cold, bruh. Like, a lot of these dudes are cool. A lot of these dudes are extremely good at the game. But actually, let me take that back. Everybody is good. Like, all of them are good. But not all of them are cool. I will tell you that. Not all of them are cool, bro. A lot of these dudes are very weird and disrespectful. But anyways, just to conclude this part, bro, moderators and admins, bro, quit getting dogged by the wave players, bro. Like, come on, bro, lock in. Just because someone's good at the game doesn't mean they should get to, shit on you. So with that being said, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the league that I'm planning on starting up. Now, like I said, bro, it is not any crazy big league with all these big shot players. Like, I kid you guys not, this league is mainly going to consist of people in my Discord. So people on my team, people who are, striving to get onto fandom, like people are trying to try out and whatnot. And then there's a couple other players who, I met along the way who are cool that will get to play in the league. So, I mean, it's very small, like I said. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm completely shutting off the league to anybody, who's wanting to join, anybody who already has a team already. All I ask is that you just not be toxic and not be a dickhead, because yeah, that's pretty much it. Cause I'll be banning people left and right for doing that. Like, anybody who's like been unnecessarily toxic every single day or like consistently in the server, they just get banned, to be honest. Like, you don't have to be breaking any rules, bro. If you're just being disrespectful for no reason, bro, you're gone. So, hey, man, it's a safe place. Just don't be weird. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about, like, the actual league itself, because why not? So once again, the name is PPL, and it's going to be separated into 3, maybe 4 sections, but right now just 3. So the first selection is pretty much the mock league, or the simulation league. Like, this is not like the main league. This is just the beginning. This is so people can get their values. And when I say values, I mean, yes, money values. Like, if you guys have read Blue Lock, you guys know the Neo Egoist League value system. It's really cool. So I want to implement that into this league, and it plays an important part, a very important part in the second part. But pretty much how the first selection is going to work is it's not supposed to be too fair. Now, of course, it's not going to be like this in the main league, not at all. Like, the reason it's not going to be fair is so, people, like really good players, do not get grouped up on one team. So it's like, when the main league comes around, like, it's crazy. So this, like, there's going to be 7 teams in total. So Phantom main team substitutes, Phantom youth team substitutes, and there's going to be 2 to 3 mock teams. So it's going to be a total of 6 or 7 teams in that first selection. Now, mock teams are just teams made up of just, just random players. Not random players, let me not say that. Like, people who have came to trials and either made a team and got put on the mock team just for the time being, or who didn't make the team but got put on the mock team anyways. Like, right now, not all the mock teams are filled, so if you guys are interested and want to participate in the first selection, I recommend coming to the Discord, which is in the description, and coming to a trial so you guys can get put on a mock team, because, like, it's not hard at all. Like, if you participate in a trial, you're going to be put on a mock team no matter what. So pretty easy. So yeah, of now, there's 6 to 7 teams in that first selection. Maybe I'd be willing to go over the limit depending on how many people play, but that's what it is now. So yeah, if you guys are confused, it's pretty much just every portion of Phantom plus 2 to 3 other teams playing against each other, just to get values and get like pretty much see which players are the best of the best. Now this first selection isn't going to last long at all because I do not expect it to be the most fun thing, especially since Phantom main team is going to be playing against every single like, you know, lower portion of it. It's pretty much like running a gauntlet, but you know what I'm saying, every team is going to get to play each other at least once in that league, and that's when it's going to end. There will be a cup at the end unless it's Phantom main team that makes it there. Like that's just no. And then after that, we entered the second selection. Now the second selection is going to be my favorite selection, and probably most of you guys if you end up participating. So second selection is going to consist of 7 to 10 teams. Now I'm going to pick 10 master strikers, defenders, you know, goalkeepers, like whoever the 10 best players are that have like some type of leadership quality. I'm going to pick them as the captain of those teams. As for the team names, I'm thinking of just putting it as like real life teams like Arsenal, like Barcelona, Real Madrid, stuff like that. And if you guys really want to, I could put them under like blue lock names like PXG, Manshine City, stuff like that. But I'll have to make up a couple because in the Neo Eagles League, I'm pretty sure there's only like 4 teams. So yeah, I'll do a poll on that later on in my Discord. Now, each of those teams is going to have like a salary cap. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, just to put it in simple terms, like it's how much money a team can spend. And since every player is going to be worth a certain amount of money at the start of the league, you know, that's why the first selection is there so people can get values. So, you know what I'm saying, people can pretty much draft players and not fill over their salary cap. So, for example, let's just say I'm worth like 10 million and someone else is worth 10 million as well. And another team's salary cap is, you know, like 50 billion. Now, it would not be too smart for a team to select 10 million players, because if they do, one, they're not going to have a full roster, and two, they're going to exceed their salary cap. So that's pretty much that in, you know, very, very simple terms. You guys will definitely understand, though, when it comes to that. But, yeah, once that's done, like once the first league's done, do the draft. 10 master striker, defender, goalkeeper they're going to select, and boom, like that's the team. It should be equal because of the values. And in the second selection, you might think like the values are only for like the drafting, but no, your values are going to keep going up because that also plays a part in the third selection. So you know, the second selection pretty much just going to run like a regular league. There's going to be schedules, everybody's going to play each other multiple times, and there will be a cup. And that cup is the third selection. So pretty much I'm not sure. It depends how many people. So right now I'm thinking like the top 5 players with the biggest values are going to be able to move on with the top 4 teams that make it on to the next selection. Like the team in first place, second place, third place, fourth place. You feel me? Those teams will all play a part in that last selection. Now, I haven't completely thought up of that third and fourth selection yet, but you feel me? If I do, you guys will know if you end up participating in the league or you end up following, you know, what's going on with the league on this channel. Because yes, I will be doing videos on the league, not like full on game videos. I'm just kind of gonna sum up the games like that happened this week and whatnot. So, hey man, I hope some of you guys pull up though, for real. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. Pretty long video. I think this was actually my longest video, but I really did want to talk about this league stuff, like everything in this video. This is stuff I've been wanting to talk about for like a couple weeks now, and my stars have been begging me to release this league gameplay for a very, very long time. So, hey man, here you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed my little yap session, and yeah, peace.